Tide pools are rocky areas along the coast that are underwater at high tide and allow for ocean water to get trapped in the rocks at low tide. Despite challenges that come with living in a tide pool, such as limited resources and harsh waves, these marine communities flourish due to the incredible adaptations organisms have. The first tide pool I visited was Duxbury Reef. The rocks here were covered in surf grass, rockweed, and coralline algae. The solitary anemone also thrives here. When underwater, the anemones display their tentacles. While exposed to the air, they retract to protect themselves from drying out. I also found many limpets at Duxbury, the most common being the rough limpet. Turban snails have a strong hard shell to protect them from the rough ocean and drying out during low tide. Hermit crabs are easily mistaken for turban snails because they often use snail shells as their home. The second tide pool I visited was Sculptured Beach. Most big rocks here are covered in green algae, and many small pools are full of surf grass. There are also tons of anemones similar to Duxbury Reef that lived clustered together submerged in the pools. The California mussel covers the rocks closest to the waves. Mussels stay clamped shut during low tide, but open their shells at high tide and filter ocean water to get food and oxygen. The last tide pool site I visited was Puaco Bay. Unlike the granite rocks of the California coast, this tide pool is made up of broken down lava and coral. Some of the animals that live here include the black nerite snail, the periwinkle snail, and false limpets. This Hawaiian tide pool is also home to the shingle urchin, a small sea urchin with flat spines. Rock-boring sea urchins live here as well, and they can also be found in California. Green sea turtles are often seen at Puaco Bay at higher tides when they come to feed on the algae in the shallow water along the coast. While visiting these tide pools, I noticed how invasive humans are to the natural world around them. This whale was most likely hit by a boat. I also picked up hundreds of pieces of trash along the beach. It is imperative that more care is put into protecting the environment because all life is interconnected, equally important, and deserves respect.